Oh, uh, okay, guys. Good afternoon. I think you all can hear me. Can you hear me, Pawan? If you can hear me, you say just type yes and send me. Okay. So what you'll do is right. We'll just go through some of the things. We know that there is a problem, and in all these curfews and things like that. So we have a difficult time, for all of us, right? But unfortunately, um, it's very unfortunate that we have to go through all these problems. But I still feel there are certain things can be done, right? So what we can really do is right. I'll take you through the presentation what I made on 12th of last month of March, and out of that, what are the things we can do in this particular situation, right? The first thing what we already decided was the SWOT analysis, right? I would like to talk now. The SWOT analysis has to be done because it is the uh, one of the easiest things to do because it is about yourself. But if you really look at the SWOT analysis, the details of it, strength and weaknesses on the SWOT analysis are internal and it is controllable by you because your strength you can control, and also in your the weaknesses you can put up a plan to come out from that, right? um, can you all hear me? Okay, fine. Okay. um, because I didn't see those any numbers. Right? No, that is the reason. So when you talk about strength and weaknesses, those strengths and weaknesses are typically what you can control. So the internal elements we call it because you can control them. In the SWOT take SWOT analysis in a Kali the squares the opportunities and threats are not controllable by you. That is what we talk about opportunities. That is what we talk about threats. Now, when we talk about now, say eka emati yeninda. Now, I have seen some of your SWOT analysis. They say in the opportunities what they have said. Some of you all said, I have the experience what you have, the working experience what you have. Working experience what you have is not an opportunity. That is a strength. That in if you have 2 or 3 years experience or 1 or 2 months experience is a strength. So that has to come under strength. Now we talk about certain weaknesses. I'm little scared to go and meet people. My communication skills are a little slower. Communication in the sense, kata karna deval na puluang right? Okay, presentation skills wenda pulang. Meeting ike kata karna when deval wenda pulang. Even if you are writing letters or things like that wenda pulang, all those things can be a strength. It can be a weakness. Which the academic writing දැන් ලියුමක් ලියනවා වගේ අපිට මේ thesis එකක් කරේ මේ වගේ essay එකක් කරේ ලියන්න බෑ. So all those things are considered as economic writing. So we may be weak in economic writing. Sometimes when data ගොඩක් තිබ්බ නම් we don't know how to analyze that. So those are analytical skills. So these analytical skills, communication skills, people relationship skills, all those things can be weakness, or it can be all those things can be a plus also, right? Learning things fast, understanding things fast, all those things are quite a strength. What can come under weaknesses are mostly I mean what you can't do. What are the things you can come under opportunities are how you look at if you have a qualification, it's a growing economy, so this particular industry is growing, so that getting a job in that particular area is easy. You are doing an English program, you are doing a Scottish qualification, so chances of doing an English university programs are easy. So getting higher education or the doctoral education or master's education in English, England can be much more easy. That can be an opportunity. Or your job market, your value will go up when you have this type of give me 1 minute, right? Give me 1 minute. Anuradha, I'm in the class, man. Okay. So say sometimes all those things are opportunities. You have working experience, so that working experience will get you a particular job. That is opportunity. Then you talk about now working experience is a strength, but having that experience that you can exploit an opportunity, right? Now your value in the job market will go up. Right? It's like that there are so many things you can talk about opportunities, strength and weaknesses. Threats are the opportunities and threats are it's not controllable by you. That you should understand. So what I mean is now threat. Now they take for instance economic down downturn, maybe because of this coronavirus. Okay, so then what happens? There'll be a drop in every consumer sales, so whatever. That is what the prediction is. Worldwide in tourism. Okay, so all these things is going to put a lot of people in problematic situations. Job opportunities may come down. Companies may not invest. Foreign direct investments are not coming in. So since it is a global thing that you can all those things you can talk about is a threat. Okay, so you look at You got to be very clearly understand. So the strength and weaknesses are internal. You can control only the controlling elements. Controllable elements has to come. Opportunities and threats are uncontrollable. So all the uncontrollable elements has to come. Another way of looking in a SWOT is strength and opportunities are helpful. You have a strength, you can match that with an opportunity. That is a strength. That is the strength. You have a strength, you have an opportunity that you call it's helpful for you. When you talk about weaknesses and threats are harmful for you. So when you talk about a SWOT analysis, controllable, uncontrollable, in other words, it's internal and external. On the other side, when we talk about harmful and helpful. That is the purpose of not doing your SWOT analysis. Now, some of you all, right now, say initially, within when once we started, some of you all know done the what you call your SWOT analysis and sent. I don't blame anyone. Some of you all made a good attempt. Some of you all didn't make. I mean, you all made a good attempt, but need certain corrections to be done. That's perfectly all right because this is the way you learn. So whatever you have done is quite good based on this particular thing that you try to learn and update upgrade that. Also in my presentation, what I'm making to you is available. It is recorded. It's available. So you can always call for it, and you can really look at it again and again. You can hear it, right? Now my purpose is not that up to today. Only 8 of you all has sent me your SWOT analysis, which is guys is very bad. Now we had our first presentation, if I remember, is 12th of March. Today's 31st of March, 14 days, right? 8 of you all has not done. 8 or 9 of you all have completed or say made an attempt. I'm quite happy about it. Others have not done that. You must understand time and tidings are not going to work for wait for anyone. Yes, this country is going through a problem. Globally, we are going through a problem, but nothing is going to stop. I mean, the people or the scientists and the governments working towards that, all of us are going to come out from that. We have gone through these problems in the past. There was a bomb blast last year. There were 30 years of war in this country. Right now, globally, that we had so much of other problem. 10 years ago, we have gone through in a tsunami. 30,000 people died. Nothing put a full stop. So don't think that we are going to close ANC or you're going to close all your studies and things like that. We are going to wait at home. That is not going to happen. So your focus has to be on study and you have to complete certain things on time. So keep that in your mind that all these things has to happen on time. So that is what the purpose of me conducting this particular session is, because the time we have taken to finish at least 9 people to finish these SWOT is more than 2 weeks, which is bad. Now, when you are looking at this particular graded unit 2, I have already said this is not a new study. This is not a study of like in a class you talk about it, you go through exam or whatever it is. Your result or your outcome of this particular studies, for that your assessment is started on the first day itself. This is not you do 4 or 5 classes and sit for an exam and correct yourself. That is not the way this is designed. You have to very clearly understand your assessment as started on the very first day of the class. Now look at what are the things you are studied for in this particular course, right? In your diploma program at the SQA diploma program, or in outside this whatever you have studied in your school, right, at A levels, right, or your O levels. There are so many things you have already studied. You look at, you would have studied marketing. Under marketing, definitely you have studied 4 P's. You would have studied consumer behavior. You have studied product life cycle. You would have studied the words called fast moving consumer goods. You would have seen the examples of durables. So when you are studying a marketing course or marketing in a subject as a subject, if you have studied, you would have definitely, there are so many theories, so many practices, so many examples you have already studied. When we look at finance, we would have you would have definitely studied what are the controls in the finance can bring in. What are the books maintain? What do you mean by P&L? What do you mean by balance sheet? What do you mean by cash flow? What do you mean by tax? What is costing? All those things you would have studied by now. Some of you all must be studying IT. You look at what is social media, what is internet, what is smartphone, the growth of all those things in this country at the moment. Globally, what is growing and what is coming up. You would have studied all those things. Then you look at the human resources. Human resources is not one subject. No, there are plenty of things within that. Human assets, treating humans as asset in an organization, training, the difference in between personal management and human resources management. How does the employee mix work? We talk about today generation X, generation Y, generation Z. All that comes under HR. You would have studied about commerce, e-commerce, traditional business, retailing, modern trade, microfinance, SMEs. So we are coming to this, the graded unit 2, not as freshers. You have done at least in a part of what I have said, or fully you would have studied all these things. Now this particular research is not coming from anywhere else. It is coming from the subjects what you have studied. If you have not studied, you still have an opportunity to go and refer the books and things like that. So I really don't see any reason this particular study, the strategic unit 2 work, research work, has to stop or delayed because of these curfews and things like that. And when we have internet and social medias and smartphones and all those things are available today, those things becomes much more easy. And I'll tell you, what are the things that can be done, what are the things we have to wait for curfews to be over. Look at, where do you know when I say marketing or finance or IT or HR, where do you get this information? Do you read newspapers? You can read the newspapers online today. Do you read business magazines? You can read all those business magazines online today. Do you watch business news? You switch on, you see CNN or any other BBC or Rupavahini or IT, any particular channel. There's a business section. You can read. Is it difficult to understand about any organizations today? Keels or say Hemas or all the public quoted companies. Log into the website. So when you come and say, I have identified that particular company, but I don't know how to get that information, you have not made an attempt. Now I prepare a lot of say presentations and things like that. I go to their website. Now I go to internet and definitely start doing a lot of research work on that. Do you read online books? All the subjects what I mentioned, there are plenty of online books. When you log in and say free PDF books, there are plenty. So if you want to know any particular subject which you have studied or which you want to study, you have always that particular access with you. How it is going to help you? Your SWOT is one of the easiest thing to do. That has to be completed. Then you look at what is your background and what is that you want to study in future. You want to be a HR personnel, you want to be a marketing personnel, you want to be a finance personnel, you want to go into that particular area. So start reading that and develop a title in that particular area. You look at, when you talk about a problem, the problem has no two sides. Okay, the problem has an effect, which means prashna kinda mukad vela tinne, the result of a problem. The other side of that is a cause of a problem. මොන හේතුවක් උඩ ඉඳලාද ඒ ප්‍රශ්නේ වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. දැන් ඉතින් කිව්වා කවුරු හරි මේ තුවාලයක් කරලා තියෙනවා කියන කකුලේ. So wound is a problem. තුවාලයක් කියන්නේ ඒක ප්‍රශ්නයක්. It's an effect. ඇයි ඒ තුවාලයක් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ? දුවගෙන ගිල වැටුණා. ෆුට්බෝල් මැච් එකේ වැටුණා. නැත්නම් කවුරු හරි ගැව්වා. කාර් එකකින් හැප්පුණා. The cause is මොන හේතුවක් උඩද ඒ තුවාලයක් නැති උනේ? The effect is තුවාලයක් නැති තියෙනවා. So for a problem, for a title, you got to have two reasons. There are two sides to a problem. One is a cause, other one is an effect. Now, when you are coming in from, if you want to be an HR person, read about HR and find about a cause and an effect. Means I'm in a company, right? Nothing, recruit කරන්න හරි අමාරුයි. Organization structure එක මෙහෙම තියෙන්නේ. ඒ හේතු ඔක්කොම දැන් ඉන්ටර්නෙට් එකේ හරි කොහේ හරි ඉනවාට ලේසියෙන් ඉනවා ගන්න පුළුවන්. So what happens is, first find a problem. To finding a problem, find a cause and effect in that particular problem. Then only that becomes a researchable title. Title like අදනකොට අපි කියන්න බෑ, right? Marketing mix elements. I'm going to research on marketing mix elements. Marketing mix research, marketing mix elements වල research එක කරලා ඉවර වෙලා තමයි මේ marketing mix element අදලා තියෙන්නේ. You don't need to research that. But ආයතනයක sales අඩු වෙලා තියෙනවා. නැත්නම් ඉන්න business එක හැමදාම පල්ලට යනවා. So you are thinking, right, ඒකට හේතුව marketing mix නම් marketing mix ගැන ඔයා research කරනවා. ඒ company අනුව marketing risk ගැන research කරනවා. ඒ වගේ title එකක් හදනකොට cause and effect එකක් කියන දෙකම ඒ title එකේ එන්න ඕන. Then read about it. ඒ වගේ title එකක් හදන්න ඉස්සෙල්ලා නැත්නම් ඉන හදනකොට ඒක බලන්න. දැන් ඉන්නේ කිය marketing mix කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? Consumer buying behavior කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? IT කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? Social media කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? ඒක දැන් ඉන්නේ ජීවිතේ කොහොමද impact වෙන්නේ? All this you can read. Develop all knowledge about the problem. Company වහලා තිබ්බා, මේ company වහලා අරින් මේ ඒක විතරක් නෙවෙයි අපි research එක කරන්න යන්නේ. ගොඩාක් වෙන දේවල් කියන්න යනවා. මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ ගැන දැන් ඉතින් අපි කියමුකෝ මම උදාහරණයක් කියන හැටියට එක example එකක් කියන්න ගිනොත් employee satisfaction දැන් කියනකො අපි කීල්ස් එක කියලා කියමුකෝ right මේ කීල්ස් ආයතනය කියලා කියමුකෝ identifying the factors influencing employee satisfaction which has an impact on organizational performance or factors influencing organizational performance. Organizational performance කියන්නේ අපිට profit වැඩි වෙන්න පුළුවන් ලාභේ profit එක turnover එක market share එක ඔක්කොම organizational performance. ඒකට හේතු මොකක්ද? නැත්තම් ඉන්නේ මේ ආයතනයේ මේ ඒලගේ result එක right නැසෙයි profit එක අඩු වෙනවා market share එක අඩු වෙනවා sales අඩු වෙනවා. ඒකට හේතුව මොකද? Factors influencing sales drop, market share drop. Factors influencing people leaving. Factors influencing employee satisfaction. Then may factors influencing employee satisfaction කියලා කිව්වම ඒකට ආයතනයක් කෙනෙක් හොයන්න ඉස්සෙල්ලා බලන්න ඒකෙන් එන මොකද employee satisfaction කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? organizational performance කියන්නේ මොකද්ද කියලා කියවන්න. අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ඒක ඔක්කොම මේ රිසර්ච් එකෙන් එන්න ඕනේ. So මේ කඩවල අරින්න ඉස්සෙල්ලා එන්නකන් ඉන කම්පැනි වල අරනකන් හිටියා නම් ඉතින් මේ ටික ඔක්කොම කොපි කරලා ඉවරන්න තව ඩිසෙම්බරේ. So please understand, read about it. Develop all knowledge about the problem. ඔය සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම දැන් ඉන්නේ කියවලා ලෑස්ති වෙන්න ඒකට තියෙන problems මොකද්ද කියලා. Develop how companies manage to overcome this problem. internet එකට ගියා නම් ගොඩක් ඉන ස්ටෝරීස් ඉන තියෙනවා මේ වගේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් ආවම ඒ වගේ ආයතනවල ආණ්ඩුවේ ආයතනවල නැත්නම් ඉන අපි කියමුකෝ private companies, public quoted companies මොකද කරලා තියෙන්නේ ඒකට? Now when you go to internet and find out, right, how did we manage tsunami calamity? How did we manage? There are a lot of things we have done. So you can talk about it, you can write about those things. So internet is a very, very good tool you have for you to understand what are the things you can really bring into your research. So අනිත්‍ය ඔක්කොම curve ඔක්කොම අයින් කරන්න ඕනේ එතකන් ඉන්න ඕනේ. You have to understand your problem in a very, very clear. Now when I talk about all these things, your initial personal assessment, ඒ කියන්නේ අපිට තියෙන දැන් you know ඒ ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් අරගෙන බැලුවොත් එම්ම 8ක් වෙන තියෙනවා මේකේ, right? ඒ ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එකේ ස්ටෙප් 1 එකේ තියෙනවා කරන්න ඕනේ දේවල් 8ක් රිසර්ච් එකේ. ඒකෙන් මම එන කියන්නම් ඔයාලට මොකද්ද කරලා ඉවර කරන්න පුළුවන් දේවල් මොකද්ද, කරන්න බැරි දේවල් මොකද්ද කියලා මම කියන්නම්. One is your personal assessment, candidate skill. දැන් එකේ මොකද මට කරන්න කිව්වනම් මම කියනවා right, my strength, I'm a good reader, right? I prepare, I read a lot of examples. මම lecturing වලට කරනවා නම් I read a lot of examples. ඒවා මගේ strength. මගේ weaknesses එක ගත්තා නම් I'm not a very good time manager. I get angry. Right? When things won't happen, I get angry. I'm not a very good interpersonal skill developer. I'm not a good listener. I'm a good talker. So ඒ වගේ තමන්ට තියෙන pluses and minuses හැමෝටම තියෙනවා. සුලියන්න ඒක. තමන් ගැන බලලා ලියන්න. Then appropriate title කොහොමද එන්නේ? You are reading, understanding, reading newspapers, reading books, business books, watching listening to business news, reading about business books and things like that, reading about say what is consumer behavior, what is marketing mix. So all those things will give you appropriate title. The only thing you have to find two things: what is the cause and what is the effect. Companies එරණකම් ඒක අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. You can do it now itself. Then the third one, statement of the issue to be investigated. What investigate කරන්න බෑ දැනට. part එක විතරයි කරන්න පුළුවන්. So keep that. Aims and objective of the product. What ලියන්න පුළුවන්, but ඒ ගැන අපිට ආයතන the company, when you know the company only, you can make it much more clear. So I'll keep that also. Number 5 තියෙනවා reasons for the choice of issue. අයියේ ඔයා ඒ ප්‍රශ්නේ තෝරගත්තේ. අයියේ ඒ ප්‍රශ්නේ ඔයා තෝරගත්තේ. There can be plenty of reasons, right? You are interested in that subject. Now say when I asked in the class, so much of you all said I want to become a HR person. So you are choosing HR subject, which is a common problem for so many companies. That is one reason. Other reason is you want to progress in your HR studies. So you're learning, you are trying to take a particular case to be researched in HR. That's a good reason. So try to understand. These are when you start looking at these things, may 5 pages, 10 pages ලියන්න ඕනේ දේවල් නෙවෙයි තියෙන්නේ. Reasons for the choice of issue which must directly related to the topic or topic covered. දැන් ඔය HR කරනවා නම් definitely එකද. That's a personal reason එක වත් ලියන්න පුළුවන්. ඒකට official reason එක ආයතන සම්බන්ධව එකක් ලියන්න ඕනේ. Right now related to the company, you have to write one. We can write that later. Finish that. Then justification for the choice. Justification for the choice in order dangli and back park that number 6. Number 7 explanation of the range of primary and secondary sources. Primary and secondary sources primary sources research for this particular research. First time, either by questionnaire or either by written questionnaire or by asking a question, first-hand informations are collected. පළවෙනි සැරේ මේකටම කියලා informations collect කරා නම් that you call it primary information. Secondary information කියන්නේ දැන් පොත්පත්වල තියෙනවානේ. Now when if you are reading a book, you are taking in some sort of data. එක කම්පැනි ගිහලා කතා කරනකොට ඒගොල්ලෝ කියනවා ගිය last 4 years න අපේ sale එක නැත්නම් අපේ profitability එක මේම අඩු කරලා තියෙනවා කියලා ඔයත් එක්ක share කරනවා නම් if they are sharing any information like that with you, those are secondary information because it is already available, you are using it. So when you start writing this, how you are going to collect your primary information, how you are going to collect your secondary information, what are you under pulang? Because the primary information paths ටිකක් වෙන තියෙනවා, secondary information එකට collect කරන්න සමහර විදි තියෙනවා. All these things comes under methodology. It's easy for you to understand. You can write it. Then the fourth one, the eighth one, explanation how the investigation will be conducted. Investigation में research එක කොහොමද conduct කරන්නේ? අපි හිතනවා දැන් ඉන්න මේ ටික ඔක්කොම අපි කියවලා ලියන්න ඕනේ ඉතින්. ඒකට අපි කියන්නේ literature review කියලා. මේ ප්‍රශ්න ගැන මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන cause එකයි effect එකයි ගැන ඒකට යන elements ගැන අපි පැහැදිලිව ලියනවා. ඒකට සම්බන්ධව අපි කියවලා තියෙන්නේ නැත්නම් කියවන්න ඕනේ කියවලා අපි තේරුම් ගත්ත models ටිකක් ලියනවා. අනිත් කම්පනීස් වල වෙන කොහරි මේ ප්‍රශ්නෙට උත්තරයක් එන දීලා තිබ්බනම් එන ඒගොල්ලෝ ඒ වගේ ප්‍රශ්නකට මුහුණ දීලා ඒකෙන් එන මොනාර එකක් යම් කිසි දෙයක් එන ඊළඟට තේරලා තියෙනවනම් that no type of experiences need us to come, that we call literature. ඒක ඉවර වුණාම ඒ literature එක බලලා අපි පොඩි conceptual model එකක් හදා ගන්නවා. ඒ conceptual model එක කැලි දෙකක් තියෙනවා. variables දෙකක්, dependent variables, independent variables කියලා දෙකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ දෙකම අපි හොයාගන්න ප්‍රශ්න ටිකක් අහන්න පුළුවන්. ප්‍රශ්න පත්‍රයක් එන ලියා ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ ඔක්කොම කොහෙන් හරි කාට හරි අපි පෙන්නලා නැත්නම් ඒ ළඟ ඉන්ටර්විව් කරලා ඒ උත්තර ටික අපි ලබා ගන්න. ඒක තමයි ලියන්න ඕනේ මෙන්න මේ investigation will be conducted කියලා. So owner research එක කරනවා. HR වුණොත්, marketing වුණොත්, IT වුණොත්, නැත්නම් ඉන්නේ e-commerce වුණොත් මොනවා වුණොත් ওই systems න ටිකයි තියෙනවා වගේ conduct කරන්න. So මේ investigation conduct කරන්න ඔය company එකකින් අරින්න ඕනේ කියලා ඉන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. So very clearly understand out of these 8 things, minimum 5 things you can complete. When you wait, the university is not going to come and tell you, okay, corona in the mass ekamarak වැඩ කරන්න බැරි වුණා, so we are going to give you another 1.5 months or another 2 months. That is not going to work. World is not working like that. Organizations are not going to work like that. When you get out of that, we have to put now maximum efforts to put all those things. Organization will work. ඒගොල්ලෝ හරියට කවුරු හරි වැඩ කරලා නැත්නම් ඉන්න මේ වැඩේ වෙලා නැත්නම් ඉන්න they will not take the vote. So don't think that say everything is you are given a leave. There is no holidays. All of us are working. All of us are in a complete graded unit 2, and other classes will continue. Other assessments will continue, and very soon that by next week we are going to start all the assessments online. So all those things going to happen. Now what I'll do is, soon after this, right? So today in the evening, I'm going to put all these things in the Moodle, and I'm going to give you a time frame. What are the things? The chapter 1 එකේ මේ කෑලි හතරම මොකද ලියන්න ඕනේ? කවදා මේක ඉවර කරන්න ඕනේ කියලා මම එනවාට ගයිඩ්ලයින් එකක් දෙන්න. If you want any monotype magazines බලන්න ඕනේද, if I have any sort of reading materials, if you think HR එකේ reading material තිබ්බනම් මට යවන්න, නැත්නම් management එකේ තිබ්බනම් යවන්න, නැත්නම් IT එකේ තිබ්බනම් මොනවා information මට යවන්න කියලා කිව්වොත් මට කියන්න, I'll mail it to you. Because marketing කරන එක්කෙනාට HR එකේ මම materials යවලා තේරුමක් නැහැ. So you request what is the kind of material you want. You say that this is the title what I want, this is the area what I want to study. So මේකට අදාළ materials ටික මට යවන්න කියලා කිව්වොත් I will send it. I have plenty of books with me. I can recommend some books, and I have in e-books. I can send all those things to you. Apart from that, you can talk to me. I'll give you time right now. My mail in the mail. Give me a call. I'll help you how to do that. So I know that no research is not like in any other studies no, for you. को प्रश्न पत्र दिला इन क्वेश्चन ने दिला इन लिए पंग इन में करो उत्तर के लिए किया ने काटने भी नतंग इन में किला दाग ना विला presentation ना देने के लिए किया न ए स्टाइल को ने right it's open book closed book किला ने दी open book right from the beginning is open book और first day वाट lecture किया ने दाव से ना मैं assessment में पटांग रहा के नहीं मरा you are supposed to do certain things so I'll send you all those no details no to you. I'll send you this presentation mama इन दांगी ना कर पे कोई आया वाट ना this is actually slightly modified than what I did for the first time. Ekamangina couple of Hadalatin make one. And I have read Ratu part and highlight Karlatine, what are the things you are supposed to do. And for all those things, I'll give you a deadline. So we must now learn to work within the deadlines because education is education. There is no shortcuts. I can't take a shortcut, and I don't want you to take a shortcut. There are plenty of ways you can learn in this particular situation, internet, online, and you can talk to me. There are plenty of things you can do. So unfortunately, we have taken a longer time for the SWOT analysis, more than 2 weeks. That is not correct. So now we have to speed up the process and complete. Okay, guys. Any questions in your life? If you have any questions, you can type it, right? Or you can call me, right? Even if you call me now, it is fine, right? I can answer you. Okay. Any questions, guys? Okay, bye guys. Thank you.